The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Bellinger,
Yes.
live in Adelaide, man.
Live. It's been great.
All the way from LA.
Yep.
And this is your second, third time in the country?
I think the fourth time, man. Fourth time over here.
In how many years, you reckon?
I believe the first time was in 2000, maybe 13, I'd say. So maybe over the past 5 years, just coming back and forth, building a fan base, one fan at a time, same way I did in the States, you know what I mean? And now I think because, we've been so consistent with just showing the people that we care, and, they've showed us that they care as well. So it's a real genuine relationship.
So obviously if you've come back a few times, you enjoy,
Yeah.
the country.
For sure.
As someone who, has only, I guess in recent times only started coming over, what are some of the things about Australia and Australian culture that, that you like?
Oh, man, for starters, just their, unashamed, unapologetic love, for the music, and just in general, not being afraid to scream at the concerts, not being afraid to, show the type of love that really makes an artist feel like, yo, that's a different embrace that I'm able to feel in LA or at home, just because we all know each other. We all homies. We all after the same vibe. We all are superstars, entertainers in our own right. You know what I'm saying? All of my homies is like, bruh, I'm trying to be, we all aspiring to be the same thing. So, when you meet people who aren't necessarily trying to get in the studio, trying to be an actress, trying to be a model, just excited to meet their favorite, artists, it really, is reminiscent of the days. Not saying I'm Michael Jackson or not. When you see the moments when it's like, wow, like they was just really excited to meet him. However big or however small, it's still the same love and appreciation from the fans. So it's the same feeling to me.
Yeah, word. And how, obviously, you've spent some time visiting the Australian wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favourite Australian animal that you've come across?
Oh, man. The first one that I think of all the time when I'm talking to people is just the koala bear off top. Because I feel like the hug that they give you, it's like a place of a gentle caress that can only be transferred between a human and an animal.
You seen the kangaroos and
the kangaroo, yeah. We went to one of the zoos and they kind of just took us to the back. We got a lot of treatment, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to really the things when you looking like, man, like it's him way over there. Like, no, they was bringing them to us each one at a time, and it was like, all right, cool. Alex was like, yeah, we're gonna do that again this time. So I'm excited to vibe out with the little homies again.
Yeah, word. And I guess, as someone who's been doing music for a minute, and being from the States, I mean, are you originally from Compton, California?
Yeah, man. Grew up in Compton, and it's interesting. I went to school in Norwalk, Santa Fe Springs, and was kind of just commuting back and forth, the whole time. And I got the best of both worlds. To me, I got to grow up and literally be in drive-bys to the point where I'm ducking on my own, front porch or my homie's front porch, or I'm fighting with somebody that lives across the street. I don't know him, but we fighting. Like, why we fight? We live across the street from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting fights. And then I would go to school, and it would be complete, hello, Eric, yeah, hi, guys, everybody, yeah, let me get a chimichanga, you know what I'm saying? And the balance really made me, who I am, in addition to just growing up in church and my mom. And, I really have a good, well-rounded upbringing, you know what I'm saying? And, I think sports plays a lot, in everything. And, just football and everything just made me who I am, each experience, you know what I'm saying? And, thinking back about Compton is just interesting because it's really the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really, really the hood. And, like, to be able to do the things that I've been able to do and make the people so proud of me, it's like I'm just every day going hard after what I love. That's it. You know, I'm not tripping on nothing else but being the best version of me that I can be, and it's making people proud, and it's a blessing, you know.
And I guess, I guess I can speak for myself and other people in Australia. We're so far removed from not only America and the West Coast, but I guess, the whole Compton culture is very different. I'm sure like Compton in itself is quite different culture from just other parts within the country, even within the West Coast. With things like NWA in the late 80s really putting it on the map, and then there's obviously been multiple dudes that come on the back of that. And then with the movie, that come out. I mean, what do you think of the NWA movie that dropped?
I thought that one was good, man. You know, it's always great to see a film about the city, you know, in whatever aspect, you know, and I feel like whenever they do those movies, it's tough to please everybody. You know, you got to think about what you in it for and what you like movies for. If you just like entertainment, you're going to love it regardless if it was real or not. If you like truth and you was there and your uncle is... you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, you might be like, no, they got the whole thing wrong. Nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, you know, to each his own. I feel like for me, I definitely am a big fan of entertainment, and I don't know too much, you feel me, to be like, you know, really giving people a hard time with their scripts. So I had a good time watching it, you know.
Yeah. And I guess one of the things that they did was not only cover the NWA story, but some of the things that were going on within the community at those times. And I guess one of the main things was the riots in the early 90s. Now, when the riots was going down, were you, I guess, there? Were you a witness to the LA riots?
It happened. You know, I was definitely alive when it all happened, but man, my parents really kept me away from a lot. You know, it's still nowadays like movies that people be like, "Yo, have you seen?" I be like, I haven't seen that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really, really, you know, sheltered. I feel like growing up, and you know, I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? Moms and pops was just trying to make sure I just was in the right schools and doing the right things. You know, they just believed in my talent. I was singing, you know, as early as 3 years old in church, you know, so they kind of really had a hedge of protection over me my whole life.
With, I guess, you know, the way that Compton is portrayed in movies, you know, through whether it's, I think Boys in the Hood, I think was in, and then obviously, you know, the NWA movie, and there's multiple ones, you know, and the way it's represented in the music through the video, as well as the tracks and everything. You know, we over here get a certain picture of, you know, what it's it might be. Sure.
People still walk around looking like Ice Cube and, you feel me, Boys in the Hood with big ass solo jeans or whatever, you know what I'm saying, Levi's with a long ass tall Pro Club tee, like. What size T is that, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the whole thing. It's like polos, herringbone chains. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go to the hood right now. It's somebody right now. Somebody uncle is barbecuing. You feel me? Right now in his sweat shorts that he cut, that he had to use in the 80s. You feel me? But he still got them because, you feel me, he fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had these sweats since 1987. And he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really that, you know? So, you know, I don't think it's a stretch, you know, at all, you know, in the movies when it's like the Jerry curl juice, you feel me, dripping everywhere. My pops I see pictures of my pops. I'm like, Pops, the fro is booming, huh, baby? Business was booming in the afro, you know what I'm saying? He had him all the way right, you know? So it's like, man, that's real.
And then how, I guess how real, you know, is the gang situation over there? Because to my understanding, you know, in the 90s, it was real bad. And now, obviously, it's still going on.
What? Let me tell you something, man. Maybe like last year, I was not going past Wilshire. You feel me? I done moved. I moved, and I was like, I'm not going past Wilshire, fam. They have this thing going. It's called the 40 Days and 40 Nights. And I was like, so they really killing people? For the next 40 days and 40 nights?
Oh, wow.
What? I'm talking to the homie. He like, boom, they just got my little homie. I'm like, wait. What? Yeah, he was just on the corner, like, they just pulled up on him and just got him. What? Now? This is like last year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
40 days, 40
wow.
nights. It was like, yo, this hood, don't go past, because if anybody is seen on the streets, we killing them. Last year, you know what I'm saying? So it's for sure a very real thing, and it's scary. You know what I mean? It's scary because we, complain about, racism and all the different things that are going on, amongst America, and we right there killing our own people, in our own city. And, it's to the point where it's like, what can you do? How many other ways can we explain it? How many other ways can we articulate it and, be transparent to, say we need help and say we need a change, and people just not, getting it. And that's not just the city, that's just everywhere, amongst the whole world. It's like we here to love and spread as much love as possible and be the best, reliable source of energy to anyone in need, a friend, a partner, an enemy, just to shed light so that we can all grow as a people, as a race, as a unit, as a whole, as one. And, there's more people that are looking to seem like they want to tear that down. You know what I mean? And I don't understand it. I'm like, okay, cool. Darkness, light. Happiness, sad, joy, tears. It's a no-brainer to me, but common sense ain't so common.
Yeah, word. I mean, as someone who's grown up in that environment, had you in any way been affected by, I guess, gang violence when you were growing up in Compton?
Man, me not directly, but my best friend Neiman, man, he said somebody got killed in his front yard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wait, you seen it right there? He's like, yeah, I was right there. Smoked him right there. And it's like, wow. I always think about him when he told me that story, and just, it's like, man, it could really just happen.
So does growing up in that sort of environment, did you find that kind of motivated you to do something to get out of that environment? And is that how you sort of transitioned into music?
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel like, my entire life, I just live my truth as boldly, as unapologetic as possible, showing people that, hey, it is a payoff in doing the right thing. We don't have too many examples, you know what I'm saying, like, of what I saw as a standard for leadership and family and entrepreneurship and business and fatherhood and talent and work ethic and aspiring to do the impossible independently. And I said, you know what? I could wear all those hats and I can do all that, because if I don't, who will?
And then, so how did you, I guess, what was the first thing that got you into singing? Because I imagine, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine most dudes coming out of Compton would have gotten into rapping.
Yeah, a lot of I love to rap too. Oh my God, I love to rap. I love to freestyle in high school. I'm talking about, we was like.
So you were rapping before you were singing?
I was rapping. I was singing in church, but only because my mom would throw me on that program. 8 a.m. service, 10 a.m. service, Sunday, Tuesday night, you feel me? Saturday, it might be an early morning service, whatever. And I was on that. I don't even know if it was mom, but the church was throwing me on there. But it was like a love thing, it was like my family. Church family is a real family as well. And, I was just on the program. I was just singing. But in school, I was rapping. So, when I got out of school, people that inspire me was like Lauryn Hill, like the most, because she was singing at such a crazy level. A lot of people rap and sing, but she was singing at a crazy level, and her bars was at a crazy level too. And it was like, ooh, she's the coldest. Who's touching her? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you got Drake that came along and was just like, oh, he's singing and rapping. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh man. So then for me, I like to when I'm doing something, I like to pick a lane. Drake was singing and rapping. I'm gonna be the best singer that there could possibly be, the best, you know, like, and that's my goal. Regardless of what anybody else is doing, I'm gonna stay true to singing, and I'm gonna really just try to sing my ass off at every show and let people know, like, wow, this is a feeling that is a memorable feeling. I remember what I'm doing, where I'm at, what I'm wearing, what cologne, perfume I had on, who I was with at the time, what city, destination, proximate amount, what time. Because it's a feeling rather than a sonic wave. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I always want to penetrate, you know, classic, you know, real rawness, you know, and with the music, it really enables me to sing because it's what I was born to do. I just like to rap.
The lesson. 927. Oh, yeah.